So, hello, and here we are again with the Apocrypha adventure card game. And today we're going to play the finish line from the Candle Point missions. The lowdown is that we are actually going to participate in a race, or some people are, and it seems like they are, and these are the people who are taking part, the bystanders, and it seems that they may be using some drugs. The idea is that we will try and get the EMTs to not interfere with the race. This is probably one of the weaker stories where I'm like, what the hell is going on here? From a gaming perspective, it does have a couple of issues because we have 5 nexuses that we need to cover, and we need to seal all of them. And we have the runners, they are the minions, they're the bystanders, and there are 2 of them. And whenever we lose against a confrontation, so that could be a that could be a threat, or it could be a gift, they will start moving. And if they ever move past the hospital, we will lose the game. So we need to ensure that we don't lose against gifts either. This is also one of the ones where everybody's always at the same nexus, and we start at the school. That's the first one. This is essentially where we kick off the race, and we're going to kick off with Ruby Doomsday, and she's got a sword cane, a Halligan bar, magic mason jar, and a murder board, and she's going to draw, and an omen, and she's going to draw an omen, and it's an omen of hope. Lose using mind or study. You cannot investigate again this turn. Okay, so we are going to play an Omen of Doom, Extravagance, and it says that we need to flip, we need to investigate, and if it is a gift, we need to avoid it, then investigate again, and it is a gift, so we just put this away, and we investigate again, and it's a garlic salt shot, and it's a rage gift. And that's actually good that we avoided this one because it's 14 and 11, and it's a mind gift, and she would not have been able to, or it would have been quite hard for her to get this, whereas the rage gift should be quite easy for her to acquire. She's got 3 in rage, and she gets 1 for strike, and we're looking for an 8. And she gets she actually gets a 15, so she can take this into her hand, and she's going to play the Omen of Hope, which allows her to flip the Nexus to Hope, which we do, and we examine 1, and it's a Soul Stealer. Then we may investigate. The question is, do we really want to? Yes, we will. And we are going to do the following. We are going to use the murder board. So we're going to use rage. So that's what she has, rage 3. She gets 1 for strike, and then she gets an additional 1 for the murder board. We are going to recycle this card. Whoopsie. And we're looking for a 15. We have 5 dice. And we're going to be able to use Gabriela Vargas's ability if we need to lower the cost. We're not going to mutate it. And we rolled, we rolled really, really well. We got 16, so that was easily done. Well, just about, because it's 15. So we take this into our hand. We are now back at 5 cards. We don't need to draw up. We could now recycle our hand and shuffle the Nexus, but we're not going to. So these go away. And that reminds me, I need to get my mutations out, just in case we do want to mutate later. I'm going to put them over here. And next up is Alice Moon. She has a Reaper, picks 2 omens, 1 Omen of Hope, 1 Omen of Doom, Wolfram Cube, and Twitchcraft. She draws 1 card from the Omen deck, and it is Affliction. investigate, sacrifice, suffer 1 body or rage damage, then flip your... No, we don't want to do this just now. Omen of Doom, poverty. In evaluate versus a gift, trash the highest die. Now, considering that we need to pass out checks, this is not a good one. But we will have to start playing them sometime, so we're going to use this. That which follows. It's mind or soul, so she's going to have, it's a threat. So that's good because it's not a gift, so the so we don't have to trash the highest die. So she's got 4 dice for mind. She gets 1 for sense. Now let's see. This is a dreamer. She's nothing that helps her there. She's got nothing that helps either. Let's see what Ruby has. She's going to recycle the Halligan bar, which says that assemble versus a threat, recycle, and the active player adds 1 rage or body die. Okay, so we're going to recycle this. This is a very practical card. And let's see what happens. Okay, that's 16. And we managed to win against this threat. So now we need to choose another random nexus because this one follows us, so we will have to shuffle it in. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 nexuses. So it's a 2, so it's going to go into the Main Street nexus. Sorry, we should have turned this to hope. To doom. And then we're going to investigate again. And flip your nexus to hope and investigate it. In assembling using body, add 1 bonus die. And we are, it's a bomb. Oh dear. So we're going to play Reaper. Assemble versus Rage. Assemble using Rage. Discard 2, add 2 Rage dice, so we're now at 3. And it's got Hack and Strike, which she has neither. Assemble using Strike, add 1 body, using Rage, add 1 body die. We're now at 4 dice, looking for a 12. And does it have Strike? It does, so she gets 1 additional. No, she doesn't. Yeah, no, it has nothing. Okay, so that's all we can do. Do we want to mutate it? Yeah, we are going to mutate it. So first we're going to take our mutation deck. We're going to shuffle it, and then we're going to roll a die. And it's the 4th from 1, 2, 3, 4. It's rare. I've never used this one before. Okay, so let's roll a die. And it's a 5. So it says trash 1 die. Super. So we now lose 1 die. And we're looking for 12 on 3 dice. Oh, during evaluate we trash 1 die. Okay, so we do roll 4. Okay, so that's 11 14, and we have another 3, so we just trash 1 die, so that's good. So we do take the bomb into our hand. And we're going to end our turns. We draw up 1 to 6. And then these go away, but we get to take a look at the top 2 cards. So the bottom card is a candy striper, and the one above is the minion 1. Okay, so when we confront the minion 1 and manage to win, we can go to sanctify. In order to sanctify, we either need to, and if it is on hope, we need to recycle 1 mind gift, which someone could probably do. Okay, so it's Gabriella now. She draws a card, and it's an omen of doom. Okay, using soul. Okay, so we're gonna take this. We investigate it, and it is the minion 1. And this is the EMT. So first of all, we're going to have to pass a mind sense check against a value of 7. She has no sense, she just has mind. But she makes it with 13, so that's good. Then we start putting this together. So first of all, she has 3 mind dice. She has 1 for resist. She has nothing in her hand that helps her. Nobody can actually help her, so we are going to mutate this card. So we're going to roll a die, and it's a 1, so it's rare, so we turn it over because it's a threat, and it's swarming. That's a terrible one, so let's see. And it's a 4. Terminate, confront a copy of this card. Someone else needs to. Okay, but actually, can somebody even help her? Yes. Alice Moon will allow her to re-roll up to 4 dice. And we're looking for a 14. And that's 9, 12. Oh, sorry, I actually meant to use the Wolfram cube, so I'm just going to roll 1 more die. And that didn't really help. So, because that's why I mutated it also in the first place. Can anyone help her and evaluate? No. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to roll this die, these 2 dice, and we get a 4 and a 5. Now that's what we're talking about here. So we're going to take these 3, and it's a 15 against a value of 14. So we managed to beat the EMTs. The minion is therefore discarded, so we have managed to win. The minions themselves, the bystanders, are still at the Nexus school now. When a Nexus is sealed, move to the next Nexus, but do not sacrifice the Nexus card if any bystanders are at the Nexus, which is the case. So now we can see if we can seal it. And we would need to recycle 1 mind gift. Oh, sorry, somebody else needs to first encounter a copy of this card, which does not affect our ability to seal the Nexus, because that's entirely different. But I suppose if we lost, it would mean that these guys would move forward. So we don't want to lose. So we're going to give this one to Alice Moon because she has got 4. But first she needs to do the sense initiate check. She is looking for 7 across 5 dice, and she makes it easily. So no problem there. So now we're going to build her dice pool. She has 4 mind dice. She has a study of 2. And yeah, nobody can help her at the moment. So we're looking for 14. And she got 16. So that's good. So the swarming condition has been fulfilled. And now we're going to seal the nexus, and this is going to happen by recycling 1 mind gift. So someone at this nexus needs to recycle 1 mind gift, and now it's funny because we don't have any mind gifts. Nobody does. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to use the pigs, which we can sacrifice to succeed at guarding or sealing the nexus. So we're going to sacrifice this card. This is terrible because we don't have a mind gift. Although in theory, yeah, no, we need to do this now. So this nexus is now sealed, but it cannot be sacrificed because we still have the bystanders there, and it's used to count towards the end game. So Gabriela is now at the end of her turn. She has 5 cards in her hand, so she's not going to do anything. But everybody's now going to move, and we're now going to all move to the park. So that's where we're at now. And it is now Ruby Doomsday, so she draws 1 card from the Omen deck. She has no omens in her hand, so she has to play this one. It's Hush. Flip your nexus to hope and investigate it. In a void, you may avoid. Investigate. Lower the cost to play soul gifts by 1. Okay, so we're going to draw a card. It's a Strix. I've never met this one before. First of all, he had recently added an owl to his taxidermy collection, which is now missing. The collection, I mean. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to, first of all, try and check if we can sense these guys, because apparently they're dead, taxidermy, and they're fluttering around, and we don't know if we can actually see them. So we're going to try this. We're going to roll the die, and we are looking for an 8, but we have 16, so that's fine. She does sense them, and she is going to attack them using her body. So what she's going to do is she's going to basically, she sees them, and then she's going to beat a hasty retreat. So we're looking for 12 across 6 dice. Oh God, so we have 8, 11. Let's see if there's anything we can do. Nope. Nope. No, so what we're going to do is we are going to recycle 1 gift from Gabriela that has the keyword strike as one of the skills, which is her skill as well, which lowers the threats, or it adds 1 to the die roll, so we're now 12 for 12, and this one goes away, and that's all that Ruby is going to do. So she draws up to 2 cards, and she ends her turn. Next up is Alice Moon. She draws 1 card from the Omen deck, and what we're now going to do is we are now going to play the Magic Mason jar, because I want to see what the top card is. And it is a Glad Hander. Okay. Okay, so we're going to play Omen of Doom, flip our Nexus to Doom. We investigate it and evaluate, trash the highest rage. That we're not going to use rage. We're going to use Soul, for which we have 3, plus 1 in Charm. We're looking for 12. And we're going to play this card to boost our Soul. And we have 5 dice and we're looking for 12. And we have 16. So that's enough. So the Glad Handers are gone. And then we're going to play an Omen of Hope. We flip our Nexus to Hope, Good Karma, and in assembling using Soul we add 1 bonus die, and it's a Switchblade, for which we would be using Rage or Body. Okay. Assemble using Rage, but only if she does it herself. She has 14 in Body. So she has 3 dice in Body, so that's going to be a lot easier. We are going to mutate this card. So first we roll a die, it's a 5. It's the one at the bottom. Use for checks to win, no sorry, use for all other checks, hidden. And we rolled a 5, and that's discard 1 Omen. Okay, so we're going to discard 1 Omen. So she has 3 dice and she can re-roll all of them. 4, 3, yeah, that's 8. So we're going to re-roll all of them. That's the mutation, so we're now at 9, 11. So now we're going to use the muscle memory, and this is discarded, and we're going to re-roll the 2. And we rolled a 6, so that's 15, that's just about, but we made it. And that ends her turn because she has no more, cards. Her omens are gone, so now she's going to look at the top 2 cards, and it's an extra shot, and it is Mooks. So now it's Gabriela Vargas. She draws 1 card from the Omen deck, and she's going to play Curiosity, which flips it to the Doom side, but we know exactly what's going to happen. We're going to get an extra shot. And we're going to use her ability to use Body, and she's going to use 1 die for resisting or hack. Either one is fine. She's going to roll, and she's looking for 8, but she actually gets 15. So she basically finds a cup of some hot beverage, and she says, "Oh, that's good because we can use this later." And yeah, then she's going to play, sorry, what was the next one? Yeah, okay. Then she's going to play, this Omen of Hope. She's going to switch it over, and she's going to draw the next card, and she's going to confront the Mooks. They're just basically standing about, and they're probably a little bit drunk because Gabriela is not the kind that takes kindly to being harassed, especially not by people like that. But they are too drunk to realize what they're up against. And so she's going to she's just gonna, you know, show them a little bit what it's like to confront one of the 1%ers. And in order to do this, somebody else at the same nexus has to confront a copy of this threat. So there's basically 2 of them, more of them. So we're going to give this one to Ruby Doomsday first, and she rolls the same die pool. And she rolls a 9, a 10, which is not enough. She's going to use the garlic salt shot, and she's going to sacrifice it, and it allows her to explode 6s. We don't have any, but she gets to upgrade all dice as well. So that's a 6 and a 5, so that's 13, and the mooks beat a hasty retreat. And next up is Gabriella. She's looked at this and she's like, you know what, you're just too funny. And she's just not taking them very seriously. And she should have, maybe, because she rolled abysmally. She rolled 8. And let's see if anyone can help her. Not now, anyway. Let's look at the halos of people. No, that's not going to help. Okay. We're going to use the bonfire. Sacrifice. Choose 1 die. Explode all dice showing a lower number than that die. So we're going to choose this die. So we're going to re-roll, or we're going to roll an additional 2 dice. That didn't help. Okay, so that fragment's gone. So we're now at 9. Still not enough. So this is just terrible. So Gabriella is going to suffer 1 rage damage, and then she's going to suffer a second one, and this is going to be completely like random, and she loses one of her omens. These guys get shuffled back into the nexus, so she is kind of annoyed at this stage with herself, so that her ego took a bruising there. But it also means that the first runner has made it to the park. So she's going to go again. But first she's going to play the Omen of Hope, Comfort. And she's going to heal 1. And it goes into her hand. Sorry, not into her hand, it goes into her draw deck. She's pissed off now. I mean, seriously, her ego took such a big bruising. I mean, she's, yeah, it's not good. And it's a grifter. So she's really annoyed now. So she's going to not be too nice to him. and she rolls a 6. So she uses her mind, but in this case, she's actually bullying him into following her. She's like, you know, what are you doing here? Get away, come with me. And he's like, okay. So that's it. She moves on. She draws up to her hand limit, and she is pissed off. Okay. Next up is Ruby Doomsday. She draws an omen, and it is an omen of doom which she needs to play because that's all she can do. In evaluate, trash the highest rage die. So first of all, we switch it to doom and we draw a card. And what is it? It is the minion number 2. So it's an EMT. First of all, she needs to do a mind sense check. So she has 5 dice for this, and she needs to get a 7. And she does, so that's actually a 13, so that's good. She has nothing useful. She needs a 14, and she has a die pool of 5 dice. Let's see, who can help? First of all, Alice is going to play the prayer wheel and recycle it, and it means that she's going to be able to heal too. Okay. That's not a... It is a threat, so we could use the Mondrian cell. And we're going to discard the bruiser. So Gabriella's like, you know, we're not going to take any risks here. So she's going to bring in her friend, Sue Ellen, the bruiser, and she's going to lend some muscle to Ruby Doomsday's oh, actually, Ruby Doomsday is going to use body because she has 4 and the difference is just 1, and we're going to add 1 more to bring in Sue Ellen, and we're looking for a 15. And we get a 15. We actually get a 16 even. So we take out the EMT. And we can now move to seal, but not sacrifice. And in order to do this, we need to sacrifice an omen. But nobody has an omen in their hands, do they? No. So we can't. So we have to keep going. So next up is Alice Moon. She draws... So first, sorry, before we do anything, Ruby draws up to 5 cards. And she now has 2 omens, which she could have used, but she didn't have them when she needed them. And she has a Wolfram Cube, which would allow her to help against a mutated card. This goes away. So next up is our friend Alice. She draws a card. It's an Omen of Hope. She's going to play it. Flip your nexus to Hope and investigate it. And assemble versus a threat, add 1 bonus die. It is a threat. It's the mooks again. Haha. So she gets to add 1 of those. She's going to use body, because that's her, unless she has something really interesting going on here. Oh, okay. She could use the switchblade. No, she's not going to do that. She could use, no. She could use this to boost her rage, to get 2, but that's not what we're going to do. We're going to use 3 for body, and 1 for charm, She should not have the geofence. Well, it's arguable whether she should. But first somebody needs to take on these guys. And this time round, it's Gabriela, and she's not going to mess around. She's going to beat them up. She's going to use the murder board, and she adds 1 rage die, because she's really pissed off at these guys. So she adds 1 rage die. She is looking... I wonder if this also works, because if this works for the copy as well, if she also gets to add 1 bonus die, I guess she does, so we're just going to add 1 more die. And this time round, she just, you know, beats them up. She beats them up completely with 15. They don't stand a chance. So next up is our friend Alice. And she basically muscles her way past them. And she's successful. So that's that. And then she can't go any further because she doesn't have any more cards. And she gets a Mondrian Cell, but she's now going to look at the top 2 cards, and it's a Dream Snare, and it's sparks. Okay, a soul gift. Super. Good. So next up is our friend Gabriela Vargas. She draws a card, and it's an Omen of Hope, Comfort. She can heal 1, which she's going to do. And then she gets to flip the Nexus to Hope. It's already on Hope, and she can then investigate it. And it says if you have, and it says that if she plays Soul Gifts, they are 1 less expensive. And she runs into a snare, into a Dream Snare. And that is actually a super interesting card, which I absolutely want. So we're going to use Soul. She has 2. We're going to use the Grifter, which we get to, if we lower it by 1, discard, then it gets recycled because it's a soul gift. So we add this like this. We can it's not a threat. They can't help. We're going to mutate it. So we roll a 5, so it's the bottommost card, and it's called Costly. I'm going to roll a die again, and we rolled a 3. Bury 1 gift. Okay, we're going to bury the Mondrian Cell. Actually, before we do this, Alice would allow her to re-roll 3 dice. We're going to play the Wolfram Cube, which allows us to add 1 body die because it's a mutated card. And we recycle this card. We're looking for 12, and we can re-roll 3 dice. And that's terrible. 7. Oh my god. That is really bad. So we're gonna re-roll 3 dice. Gonna keep the 4. And that's a lot better. 9, 13, and we did it. So we get the Dream Snare, because that's a really good card. And that's all she can do. because now she's at the end of her tether, as it were, and she's going to draw up to 3. She's got a wolfram cube. These go away, and it is Ruby Doomsday. She draws a card from the Omen deck, and it's an Omen of Hope. Yeah, we're going to play Sustenance. And it is a soul gift. And she's going to get it using 3 dice. And we're going to use the Soul Stealer, which we now get to recycle rather than discard, because we are at the Hope Nexus park. So we're going to roll 4 dice, and we're looking for a 9. And we get a 15. Well done. So we take the sparks. The Nexus is now automatically sealed because it's empty. But we cannot sacrifice it because we have 1 runner there, as it were. So now everybody moves to the next Nexus, which is the main street. And we will see what happens there. And it's now Alice Moon's turn. She draws a card from the Omen deck. It's an Omen of Doom, which you will have to play. Recycle 1 random card. Done. And let's take a look. And it is Bones, a mind gift. Okay. If we win against this gift, we cannot take it into our hand, but we have to recycle it. So she has a mind of 4. And that's as much as she has. And she is going to she is going to play the Monstropedia to add 1 more die. Actually, no, because we are far enough ahead. We're not going to do it because I don't want to lose the Monstropedia, because it's actually a very good, and we do it anyway. We have 16, and we have 10, so that's enough. So we take the Bones, and we have 6 cards, but we can't investigate any further. So she then does her thing. She looks at the top 2 cards, and it's a Jekyll formula, and it is the Contagion. Okay. So it's now Gabriella. Gabriella draws a card from the Omen deck, and it's an Omen of Hope, which she has to play. Flip your Nexus to Hope and investigate it. In Assemble versus a gift, add 1 bonus die. Guess what? There's a gift. She gets 1 die off the bat. It's Study. She doesn't have that, but she does have Rage, so that's 3. And, yep. And we're going to roll, and we're looking for 12. And that's 6, 8, 10. That's not enough, but we are going to use the Dream Snare. And the Dream Snare reads, evaluate versus, oh, it's not a threat. Okay, so we can't. But what we're going to do is we're going to use the pearl-handled revolver, which helps us in evaluating using Rage. And we add 1 to the die roll, so it's 8, 10, so we're now at 11. And then she is going to, and it goes away. And then she's going to recycle Madame Rue's elixir, because it shares the charm component with her, the charm skill, and she gets to lower or add 1 more. So we're now at 12 exactly, and she gets the Jekyll formula. And that's the end of her turn. She draws 1 card, and it's the tech support. And now we have Ruby, and she's going to draw from the Omen deck. If it's a gift avoided, we know it isn't. It's Contagion. She's going to use Body. And she's going to, that's all she's got, but we are going to mutate it. So first of all, we're going to see what the mutation is. It's unseen. We roll the die. It's a 2, but it actually says during mutate, trash mutation dice. So mutation doesn't happen. So that's that. We're going to use the Wolfram Cube to add one more die. And that's that. She can re-roll 3 dice in total. And we have the bones, which we can use during evaluation. Let's re-roll. And it is 9, 13. We're looking for 15. So we're going to re-roll. And that's not good. So we're then going to re-roll. We're going to re-roll 1 die using the bones. And then we need to trash 1 die. So put these to the side. And it's a 3. That's terrible. So we trash this die. So we are at 14. So we are going to play the Dream Snare. Evaluate versus a threat. Recycle. Recycle any number of gifts. For each recycled gift, including this one, decrease the target by 1. So it's 9, 13, 14. So it's actually 14. You recycle this gift. And that's that. And we have managed to get the contagion contained, as it were. But that was quite tough, actually. So we're going to play an Omen of Hope, Starlight. And we get to investigate 1. And it's a lost soul. Yeah. Can anyone help with that? Okay. So she gets 2 dice for sensing. She gets 1, 2, 3 for rage. She's going to use the murder. Oh, she can't use it on herself. Okay, so we are going to mutate it. And it's card number 1, so just turn it over, and it's, again, it's unseen. And we use number 3, which is evaluate, cannot play evaluate powers. Okay, she wasn't going to. Oh, powers. not cards. Dun, dun, dun. Good, we're gonna try it. We're looking for 10. We need to trash the highest die though. The highest die is a 6. Great. 5. Okay, we're gonna re-roll the ones that we can re-roll. So we're gonna re-roll 3 dice. So this one's a 6 anyway. We'll have to trash it, but I'll just leave it there. Okay, that was good. So we rolled, this is our final roll. We have to trash one of the 6s, so we're still at 15. That's it, goes away. Thank God. Okay, we have an Omen of Doom, which we're going to play. Recycle 1 random card. Flip the Nexus to Doom. Check it. It's that which follows. Super. Okay. So we have Sense 2. Soul 2. We're gonna use Sparks to add 1 soul die. And no one can really help her with this. So mutation isn't going to help. Unless somebody has a Wolfram cube, but they don't. 3 Surge Gifts. Has anybody got a Surge Gift? She does. She has 2. Okay. So, and she's got, well, 1. Okay. So we're going to try this. 13. Okay, that's 12. Nobody has anything that they can use and evaluate. So what we're going to do is we are going to arg. Does anybody have anything during evaluate? Oh, no. Do we have any? Yeah, we're going to use this. We're gonna oh, it's recycle, isn't it? Yeah, we're gonna recycle this card. And we add 1 to the roll, so that which follows goes away into one of the other nexuses. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's a 5, so it goes into the hospital nexus. Okay, this is, you know, taking a good while. And she draws up to 5 cards. And my camera has run out of juice, so I'm just going to place this here so that we know it's Alice Moon's turn next. And she needs to draw an omen. Okay, so I'll have to switch out the camera and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.